Hi, my name is Susanna Schofel. I'm the Associate Director at Evidence for Learning. I'm a teacher with experience in early years, primary and secondary settings, and now I work with educators across Australia who, like yourselves, are working towards using research evidence in meaningful ways and who are seeking to answer problems of practice to ensure every student has access to a high quality education. In Module 1, Danielle shared an introduction to evidence for learning and spoke about the importance of meaningful evidence use in schools. In this module, Module 2, we'll look at what it is we mean by evidence and the many other terms that are used when we have conversations about evidence and research. Having a solid understanding about what we mean when we use terms like data, knowledge, understanding and evidence ensures we know its place. That is important in ensuring we're confident about the interpretation of what we have in front of us. At EFRL, we often come back to this quote from Clifford Stoll: "Data is not knowledge, knowledge is not understanding, and understanding is not wisdom." What this speaks to is the balance required between the evidence you have and your professional expertise. So what is the difference between data, knowledge, or information and evidence? Well, data are the things that you collect, that you monitor with, and that's the stuff that educators are usually just swimming in. Information talks more about the organisation and interpretation of those facts that come from data. So that's after analysis and the interpretation that you do. Evidence is when we have an available body of facts or information indicating whether a belief or a proposition is true or valid. So that might be assessing our goal using multiple sources of information. Our questions, our good mixed methods research, studies that have processes in place, this is what converts one to the other. In the first module, Danielle shared a slide that spoke to EFRL's philosophy about evidence-informed practice. Evidence-informed and evidence-based are used really liberally in education and in many other domains, but this isn't always clear in terms of what's behind the claims. So a program who claim to be evidence-based may in fact make that claim based on a single study which they have conducted internally, and we might ask how reliable that evidence really is. A teacher might talk about their evidence-based strategy in their delivery of a class, but they may in fact mean being evidence-informed, as it is likely drawing on their professional expertise and tailoring the strategy to meet the needs of their students on a given day. The EFRL toolkit, which we shared with you earlier, may firmly state that it is evidence-based, as it summarises the research evidence on each of those approaches in a systematic and transparent way. The application of a recommendation from one of Evidence for Learning's guidance reports, however, we might consider as evidence-informed, as a school leader is drawing on the evidence base to deliver a strategy or recommendation in a way that is feasible for their setting. Something which we often overlook is that there may be a strong evidence base which suggests we do not do something or that we stop doing something, as evidence can tell us what is not likely to work and not likely to have an impact just as many times as it's telling us what's likely to work. There's a short task for you to complete as part of this module, but I'll also challenge you to have your radar up as to the term evidence-based as you go about your week. So how often do you hear evidence-based appear? And what are the questions you might ask to better understand what's behind that? In Module 3, we're going to go deeper into how we think about evidence quality, because not all evidence is created equal. This will arrive in your inboxes next week. Until then, happy reading and don't hesitate to get in touch if we can support you.